Oh my goodness. A Suzuki. And that shit looks motherfucking new. So I just bought this, it's a 2013 Suzuki GW-250. What? A 250? What? Yep. Say goodbye to the two 650s. Well, I still have the Honda, but it has to be fixed. That shit is broken. If you've seen my earlier videos, you'll know that when I was first looking for a bike, I didn't care what size engine it was. I wanted something that was in my price range and that I had my feet below me. I didn't want them in front of me or too far back. I didn't want to be on a Super Sport or a Harley. I wanted like a Standard or a Naked. And this bike, the guy was asking $2,000. I got it for $1,800. And it's he bought it last year, so it's only 1 year old. It's a 2013 though, but he bought it in 2016 brand new, and it had like 360 miles, something like that. I mean, this thing had no mileage on it. He barely used it this 1 year, so he just didn't have time to ride. He used to ride when he was younger, and now he's older. He's 48. Said he was having like a midlife crisis, so he thought he'd get back into biking, and then he realized that he just didn't have time for it. He works way too much. And so I happily took it off his hands and fixed the Honda, let that go, and just have a super reliable bike that isn't going to break down on me, and sell the Honda. Because I'm tired of my bikes breaking. It's the biggest bullshit, man. It's so freaking annoying. I'm sick and tired of it. So this bike is awesome. So far I really like it. The seat's super comfortable. It seems to handle well. These are the first twisties that I'm taking it on. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the RPMs low because it's still not broken in. Breaking in isn't until 600 miles for this bike. They say to keep it under 5,000 RPMs. Yeah, this bike hasn't even had an oil change. It's stock tires. It hasn't barely even been freaking touched. And that's why I got it, man. It's just a phenomenal deal that was too good to pass up. That had I gotten anything else and it gave me problems down the road, I would have been pissed and I would have regretted not getting this. And a wise man once said it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than to ride a fast bike slow. And the 650s, I wasn't doing them justice at all, not even close. For riding around here, you can't pin that fucking 650. You'll kill yourself. Unless you've been riding your whole life, and I haven't. So I was highly overpowered, and I mean, I didn't specifically go looking for any size engine or make or model. I just set the price range at $2,200 and figured I could knock off $400 in negotiating, and that's that. This saw what came up, and I went through every single bike, man. I'm telling you, I am very thorough, and this was by far, hands down, by a long shot, the best deal out there. And it's 400 pounds, 403 pounds with a full tank, completely wet. So it's almost 100 pounds lighter than the Honda. Like 60, 70 pounds lighter than the highest one. And it feels that way too. It feels way more nimble, and I have no idea how far I could lean it, and I'm not trying to do that yet. Unless I could be in high RPMs and be in full control of the engine. And I don't want to lean it too far over and be at half the RPM range. This doesn't seem smart. I don't fully know the brakes yet, or how much I could brake in the corners and trail brake and lane angle, traction on these tires. I'm completely unfamiliar. Feels really good so far though. I'm really happy with the purchase. I think I made a good decision on this. Just gotta check the tire pressure. I forgot to do that. The tires are broken in, so I should be able to run them at, I don't know, probably 32 front and rear. Keep them a little low. They'll wear a little faster, but I'll have better grip on these corners. Yeah, that felt good. God, I can't tell you how good it feels to ride again. So what's today? Friday, and tomorrow will be 2 weeks. So 13 days since I freaking went down like a jackass on the devil's whip. Yeah, I'm gonna go back on this bike, and that'll be freaking awesome. Keep it in fourth and pin it the whole way through. Yeah, it was like the most frustrating 2 weeks of my life. And it's crazy because I haven't been riding that long, but that's what happens with me with everything. Snowboarding, mountain biking, dirt biking. Like, I just completely get infatuated and obsessed with it. And sometimes I grow bored of it and then I drop it. But now motorcycling, I could tell that I'm going to be on a bike for the rest of my life, 100%. Oh, and this tinted visor that I crashed with, and it got a couple scratches on it. I can't even tell. So that's awesome. I don't even have to replace that. It is like a $400 helmet, so I think the screens are like 40 or 60 bucks. Fuck all that noise. Or not the screens, the shields. They're not plastic. They say pure glass on them. I don't know if they actually are glass, and that had me a little worried. I was like, man, my face it. What if it would have shattered and I get like glass in my fucking eyes and face? That seems dangerous as fuck. But these are the clearest. Well, it's only the second full face I've had. But that first one's complete plastic. The visor, and it's clear. You can see through it, but of course glass is clear. I don't know if it's some sort of knockoff glass material that's glass-like. I couldn't tell. Felt good at 50. 55. Not bad. This thing feels really good in the corners, actually. And if you go online, it's hard to find good videos of people like wilding out on this bike, but there's this one where this dude is test driving it, or test riding it at a track, like an actual motorcycle racetrack, and there's a bunch of other people test riding. Yo, this guy is fucking flying on this thing, scraping pegs on every single corner, just completely scraping the pegs on every single turn that he made. And he would hit this one part and he would get air, man, for like 2 seconds, like 1001, 1002, boom, And it was the most nuts thing because this wasn't off-road. It was a road course. And this guy was just wrecking it. And then the other thing was, I think it's the same thing. Suzuki GW-250 flat out corners and top speed. And it's this guy, I think he's, I don't know where, somewhere in Europe. You can tell from his accent. And absolutely hilarious guy, man, really funny. And he is just pinning it everywhere. It's super, super funny to watch, man. Because like him, he had or like me, like I just did, he went from a bigger bike to that. And, oh, that's the person who said it. That, you know, it's better to ride it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. Yeah, like that little pit bike, I had so much fun riding it through the streets out here, just pinning it everywhere, because you had to, because it's a 125cc little tiny engine. And this I don't have to pin everywhere, but eventually I can, and that would be super fun. Just gotta get used to it. Maybe like 2-3 days. Although tomorrow for sure we're gonna go ride. And probably go do Double Island Road, I think. It's up near Little Switzerland by the Diamondback and Devil's Whip. And maybe we'll do those two also. I don't know yet. And I have to get used to these handlebars. My hands are super close together. All the other two bikes had some wide bars. But like my hands were super wide out. This is a strange feeling. It feels like I'll be able to, like when I'm leaning forward, that I'll be able to counter steer more. Or counter steer easier. If I'm leaning forward laying on the tank and kissing the front mirrors. Damn, 32. Yeah, this feels weird as shit, because almost this whole time I had them too far to the right, but when I twist, because my hand takes up almost the whole thing, my right hand, when I twist the ignition, it was hitting the end, and it got kind of annoying after a while. So I have to hold them on the inside. I've never had to do that. The other two bikes had like the grips were longer, I guess. You know, besides the handlebars being wider, they just had longer grips. And this is just removing my butt, just my hips. This thing feels like you could really corner the shit out of it. It really does. I am excited for the next few days to test it. I think I'm gonna hit that 600 pretty quick and then change out the oil. Just have to call the place and see if it's synthetic or what it was using. Synthetic or regular oil. The rear tire went screech. Oh. Man, this suspension is freaking awesome. It's not stiff at all, but maybe it should be stiffer. So I might play with the preload on the rear and maybe consider throwing in some heavier weight oil in the front. Yeah, this thing is amazing. It feels so good just cruising like this. I mean, I feel in full 100% control, and it's in no way overwhelming, and it doesn't feel intimidating. Let's see. I feel good at 50. At 40. Oh yeah, I forgot I have to go finish something in the house. The one that we're renting out tonight. Let me go do that. I'm gonna turn around somewhere up there. There's not really a good turnaround spot. I don't know why it feels like I could take the corners a lot wider on this bike. On the other ones, I don't know why I didn't feel like I could. And the back tire like jumped to the left a little, but it was extremely predictable. And that happened one other time. It was like a little bump in the middle of the curve. But I mean, you can tell it's not going to wash out, and it's not a problem. It's because the suspension's soft. Super predictable, man. That feels awesome. Yeah, like I had never taken this corner at this speed on those other two bikes, and it didn't feel fully planted, but it was predictable, and the little bounces that it took, it's hard to explain. That's incredible. That's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, it does this little kind of bounce thing in the corners sometimes if there's a dip, which is a lot of these corners. Yeah, I had my foot off the peg for that. I forgot to do that mirror thing. Twist the mirrors. That's something I'm going to be practicing on this bike. Hitting the apexes and leaning forward more, and getting my weight, you know, off the seat and onto the sides a little more, because I've never actually moved my ass on the seat. It stays planted smack in the middle. But before I do the weight distribution, the first thing I want to do is the apexes, and you know, getting closer to the front and the mirror, and keeping my weight closer to the bike, with less chance of washing out or the siding or anything. And man, this bike feels absolutely phenomenal. Oh man, that was incredible. I am happy with this bike. So there's it. Got to clean it up a little. It's got some bird poop still got from where there was a sticker on there. And I'm happy with this. Peace out, YouTube.